If you buy like a top-of-the-line metal detector, it's this amazing piece of technology. But I mean, it's completely useless if you don't point it at a field that actually has buried treasure.
Right, exactly. You have to know where to look.
Yeah, and today we're doing a deep dive into what highly effective media literacy instruction actually looks like using that exact logic. We are looking at some curriculum documents and a Substack post by Holly Weeks.
Oh yeah, the one about the Nudge Learning Lab.
Exactly. So for you listening, our mission today is to really figure out how this works in practice.
And for those of you hearing about this for the first time, Nudge is basically an AI tool. It's designed to detect bias in framing in media.
So it's not just summarizing the story.
No, not at all. Think of it as software that highlights, how a story is being told, not just what the story is about.
Right.
And right now, it's actually being piloted with 10th through 12th grade JROTC students in Mississippi.
Which is such a specific demographic, right?
It is, yeah. The goal is to help them navigate our modern information overload with actual confidence.
And back to that metal detector analogy for a second. Before these students can analyze the media, the instructor obviously needs the right media to analyze.
They need the buried treasure.
Right. And the lead instructor on this pilot realized this. They actually asked the founder to help curate 30 very specific sources for the curriculum.
Which I think is a fascinating shift in how this technology is used.
Yeah.
I mean, the teacher didn't just hand this AI platform to the students to play with.
Oh, like a toy.
Yeah, exactly. Instead, they used it as an instructional planning tool.
Wait, so the teacher was running the sources through the AI first?
Yes, they used it to verify that there was actually enough invisible framing going on beneath the surface to make the lesson worthwhile.
They were actively stress testing the materials. Like, they wanted a guarantee that when students look closely, they'd actually find something.
Yeah.
So once the teacher curated this perfect map of biased sources, what did they actually hand to the students? Because surprisingly, it wasn't, a heated political election.
No, it wasn't. They went with something unfolding in real time right now in March 2026.
And what was that?
The WNBA collective bargaining negotiations.
Wait, really? Because sports labor disputes are, they're notoriously dry.
They can be, yeah.
Why use a complex contract negotiation to teach teenagers about media bias? Aren't there more obviously controversial examples that would grab their attention faster?
Well, see, a political story might trigger immediate defensiveness.
But sure, people get their guards up.
Exactly.
Hmm.
Whereas a labor dispute acts as the perfect neutral cross-source exercise. So the curriculum has students look at 3 major outlets covering the exact same negotiation from 3 entirely different angles.
Okay, so how different are we talking?
Well, ESPN frames the story around pay equity and the players' lived experiences. But then CNBC frames it strictly around business revenue and salary caps.
Right, the financial side.
Yeah. And then the Chicago Sun-Times frames it as a broader dispute over structural power.
Oh, wow. So the AI is showing them that different outlets can take the exact same set of facts and build 3 entirely different realities.
Exactly. The students get this light bulb moment without all the baggage of partisan politics blocking the lesson.
That makes total sense. And that light bulb moment, it gets even brighter when the curriculum moves beyond print, right? Because the source set deliberately includes video clips and podcasts.
Yeah, like NPR's Code Switch.
Right. And this is where I think traditional media literacy usually falls flat.
Because it's just articles?
Yes, it relies so heavily on written articles, but, teenagers don't primarily consume text. Their daily diet is like TikTok, YouTube, Spotify.
Yeah, you have to meet them where they are.
Yeah.
And analyzing a podcast requires an entirely different cognitive muscle.
How so?
Well, audio uses tone, right? Tone, music, and pacing to manipulate emotion. And those are things that text-based AI might miss or, struggle to quantify.
Ah, I see.
So it forces the students to ask different questions, like, who is the host? Who is their intended audience? And what do they actually want that audience to feel?
So the students essentially have to become the final filter.
Yes, exactly.
Wow. Teaching them to triangulate that bias across different formats, from a sterile CNBC article to a really emotionally driven podcast, that has to be the highest order skill in this entire pilot.
It really is. And for you educators listening, I think the big takeaway here is that teaching critical thinking means meeting students in the media formats they actually use.
You can't just hand them a traditional newspaper clipping anymore.
Right. You can't just expect those analytical skills to magically translate to their social media feeds.
Totally. And the most suspenseful part of all this is that, according to the Substack post anyway, the students haven't actually seen this curriculum yet.
No, they haven't. The actual dispatch from the classroom is coming in the next post.
So the lingering question we need answered next time is what happens when you give 10th graders the tools to see the invisible framing in their own daily media diets?
Right. Once they see the matrix, do they embrace the complexity?
Hmm.
Or do they reject it and shut down from the psychological weight of suddenly seeing bias everywhere?
That is the big question. We will definitely be watching for that update to see how the students react. Until then, keep questioning what you read and, of course, what you hear.